A holistic approach is
Absolutely
needed.
How to make these treatments look very natural and not overdone.
ये जो fairness obsession है ना, people have made disasters with it. People gym out too much, but still there are certain areas which are still stubborn. ये सबसे खराब myth है कि calcium सिर्फ दूध से मिलता है.
Who should consider doing fillers and Botox?
People have just forgotten कि एक customization होता है किसी चीज का.
What are the 3 things you need to look at when you're approaching a specialist?
In clinic also we do treatments where we are doing fire and ice facials. One of the best therapy for all age group, I would say.
What is your take on Korean skin?
Root of every issue I feel is the mind.
Today's guest on Unfiltered is the genius behind those flawless transformations you see and admire. With her expert techniques and creative vision, she brings out the best in everyone she works with. Meet Dr. Arshi Rahul, founder of the Daily Aesthetics Clinic and a leading skin specialist in Pune and Pimpri Chinchwad. Her mission is to rejuvenate both body and soul through her work. Welcome, Dr. Arshi.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Would you like to say something to our audience?
Nothing as such. I mean, I hope I could give the information which is needed.
Yeah.
I mean, today's aesthetic industry has become very different, and the need for skincare is the priority.
Yeah.
Which I feel it wasn't there probably last 5 years. It has completely changed since I'm there in the industry.
Yeah.
So I'll try to educate you all so that just a small few tips which can help your skin to become better. That way.
That's amazing. And you're glowing inside out. Congratulations on your new phase, and that's a happy one for you. Many years ago, you got another baby on board, which is Daily Aesthetics. So my question to you is, what made you start Daily Aesthetics and what was the thought behind it?
I started my journey in Bombay. I mean, I am based with homeopathic medicine, and somewhere into my medicine, it's everything from inside out. That is the rule, the way the medicine works.
Yeah.
And I think 2014, it was the time where aesthetics was coming into better way. Before this, it was dermatology, which was more into skin disease, but now last 10 years, I would say I'm in this industry, and aesthetics has become a need of everybody right now for today. So that time it was definitely not into the picture. When I entered this, hardly some clinics, when I entered Pune, I suppose, hardly some clinics were there in Pune also. And for me, always aesthetics have been a priority. You talk about for even aesthetics in the house, you talk about my field, or beauty is that only. It's
Absolutely.
like it's perfection way.
Yeah.
So I was always interested in this field. I always wanted to end up into cosmetology or aesthetic medicine, where I can beautify but in the medicated way.
Yeah.
So when I finished off my medicine, I quickly entered into this field in Bombay. And when I came here, it was definitely difficult to find people who knows aesthetics. But yeah, eventually in the next 5 years, it went up very well. So for me, aesthetics was the priority always.
Yeah.
I mean, I always wanted this field to be up. And abhi to ho gaya, abhi to it's way different. When I started, this was my motto कि मुझे aesthetics ही करना है. That way.
ऐसे कुछ था क्या कि आपको टीनेज इयर्स और इन द कॉलेज डेज यू फेल्ट सम इनसिक्योरिटी और यू फेल्ट लाइक you had to find a purpose for yourself and then you decided to just go ahead with it? Is there anything which you'd like to share about that?
As such to nahi, but since childhood I was into this only. I always loved looking good. ऐसे अच्छा दिखना है, अच्छे से dress up करना है. This was me as a personality, I would say. But like once I finished my medicine and when this thing came up, jab institutes aane lage and things, I was like, this is something which I can do.
Correct.
I mean, things for a women before was very different. और अभी ऐसे हो गया है कि एक डॉक्टर भी एक परफेक्शन में दिखना चाहिए या जो भी एक परफेक्शन होना चाहिए. सो मुझे समवेयर ऐसा लगा कि फॉर मी दिस इज अ परफेक्ट फील्ड. डॉक्टर वाला पार्ट था ऑफ कोर्स ऑलरेडी, बट डॉक्टर के साथ एस्थेटिक्स हमेशा से चाहिए था.
Exactly.
सो आई रिमेम्बर व्हेन आई वाज यंग आई ऑलवेज वांटेड टू बिकम अ एयर होस्टेस बिकॉज वो भी वैसे ही था, एस्थेटिक्स था. सो अभी ऑफ कोर्स व्हेन मेडिसिन में एंट्री हो गया तो व्हाट नाउ नेक्स्ट टू एस्थेटिक्स, बिकॉज बाकी कोई ऐसा फील्ड नहीं है जिसमें एस्थेटिक्स है. अभी ऑफ कोर्स गायनेक्स एंड यू सी अदर डॉक्टर्स हैव become perfect looking and everything, but मुझे इसमें interest था. I always I like that factor of good looks and perfection, and you talk about fitness, you talk about food, everything has to be like perfect. So probably this is what was meant for me.
I really love what you've used for your tagline. It's like it says, just love your body and soul, and that is something which you've inculcated since your childhood, and that shows your upbringing of how one can just kind of have that inner confidence and that boost of energy. So I really love what you've been doing with this. I think that's amazing. So tell me, Arshi, what does a client love about your venture?
I somewhere feel a personalized touch is what everybody needs. So everything now, if you see, is more protocol biased. कि ये problem है और 1 2 3 4 solution है, ये problem है, ये solution. So for me, I always customize things that way.
Amazing.
See, I cannot be everywhere in all my branches for sure, but wherever I am, if I have somebody coming to me, I always prioritize कि एक उसको एक customer way में I can't see the person. He is my patient. I know ये problem है. They might have 3-4 different issues. Hair problem है, skin problem है, weight issues है. So correlating all together कि ये problem एक है, single है. I always feel a holistic approach is needed, whether you have one single skin problem, even if it's like tag coming up or a pigment coming up, people always think कि वो अभी बाहर से दिख रहा है उसको ठीक कर दो. वो end नहीं है. I mean अभी भी वही होता है, but what is the reason behind it? How do you rule out कि क्या प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है? कभी कभी देयर आर प्रॉब्लम्स व्हिच आर वेरी स्मॉल बट देयर माइट बी समथिंग इंटरनली. सो आई ऑलवेज फील कि ये एक पर्सनल टच एंड अंडरस्टैंडिंग द पर्सन इंटरनली कि ये प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है, एंड गाइडिंग द पर्सन कि ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा, कि ये नहीं कि बाहर का इशू है, ये इंटरनल इशू है. सो दैट वे I feel, I don't know, maybe there are other doctors following the similar way, but my approach is simpler this way कि अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम आया है तो उसका अप्रोच सिंगल प्रॉब्लम से सोल्यूशन नहीं होती है कि एक्ने है तो एक्ने का क्रीम दे दिया, या हेयर फॉल है तो सोल्यूशन दे दिया. व्हाट इज द रीजन बिहाइंड इट? एंड साइकोलॉजी, बिकॉज आई समवेयर फील people have left thinking about the psychology of the person. The person is in stress पर उसको ही नहीं पता होता कि वो stress में है. तो somewhere I feel nowadays is so stressful life, all these problems are going to happen. So I to ask everybody to go to a counselor. I somewhere feel.
No, I agree.
So even if it's a skin problem, I somewhere feel कि everybody needs a counselor or a person who can make them come out of it.
Correct.
Root of every issue I feel is the mind. The cause is like more of stress. So reaching there to a person is very difficult. Even in a counseling or a consultation, I always feel कि वहाँ पे मैं अगर पूछूंगी कि आपको stress है क्या, तो they're like नहीं, normal है, जैसे normal life. ये stress, people don't understand they are in stress or not. I don't want to make them realize कि वो stress में है, but for them skin problem क्यों होगी उससे, हेयर प्रॉब्लम क्यों होगी, स्ट्रेस तो सबको होता है. तो इट्स समवेयर कि रीचिंग देयर फॉर मी आई फील इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. आई नो मे बी उससे कुछ मुझे मिलेगा नहीं, probably not money out of it, but I know that person will trust me and at least follow the instruction which we do. And the expectation of the person is way high. Abhi people come with like 10-20 years purana acne scar. बट एक्सपेक्टेशन है कि 2 महीने में ठीक हो जाए वैसे. सो इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड कि प्रॉब्लम क्या है तो फिर एक्सपेक्टेशन लेवल्स भी उतनी रहेगी एंड एवरीथिंग कैन नॉट बी ट्रीटेड एट वंस. एक ही शॉट में सब कुछ खत्म नहीं हो सकता. तो वो है कि एंड लॉट ऑफ पीपल स्विचिंग क्लिनिक्स कि यहाँ ठीक नहीं हुआ तो यहाँ. आई हैव पीपल कमिंग फ्रॉम अदर क्लिनिक्स. तो आई जस्ट फील कि ठीक ठाक चल रहा था. आई मीन यू वर डूइंग गुड. व्हाट हैपेंड कि अचानक क्या हो गया, आपने स्विच क्यों किया? एंड प्रॉब्ली दे माइट बी स्विचिंग फ्रॉम मी टू समबडी एल्स आल्सो. बट वहाँ तक पहुँचना is what I feel is important. The mindset of the person, what the person wants. और expectation levels, real expectation level set करना ज़रूरी है. ऐसे नहीं कि higher हाँ आप गोरे हो जाओगे, आपका skin एकदम perfect हो जाएगा. Is something which I cannot give. तो it's all about me कि real things, talk real, talk the fact, what can be treated.
But that makes you more genuine and it shows your expertise, which is a very long-term solution. And the thing which you spoke about, stress, so people don't realize that all the skin conditions are because of your gut health and because of the kind of stress you take in the daily life, right? And it can't be solved with creams or all these solutions, and it needs an internal cleansing. So that's something which I really think we should internalize and reflect upon based on what you exactly said about things.
There are pigmentations which come up in the night more.
Yeah.
Like when you wake up, the skin is flawless and good. शाम हो जाएगी, dark हो जाएगा. So people don't realize कि हो क्यों रहा है. Because there are a lot of chemical changes happening in the body. आप दिन भर day start करते हो, रात तक आपके कितने chemical changes, cortisol levels changes होते हैं. अब ये कैसे समझाए? This is so important. क्रीम से कैसे जाएगा ये चीज? It's not possible that you can treat it with a skin treatment also. So it's just setting up the real expectations कि ये इधर ही है और इतना ही रह सकता है. That way.
That's absolutely true. My other question to you is that there are a lot of new technologies which have come, especially like your venture. It's known for bringing in new technologies, and one technology which I've heard of is the CoolSculpting, if I'm not wrong. And people are not aware that there are so many options which are now available for them to try out, and you are one of them who's just bringing that to Pune, right? So would you like to talk a little more about what does your venture do in this space?
CoolSculpting now is like a major trend, I would say, because somewhere CoolSculpting का main ऐसे technology अगर बोला जाए is more of localized fat. So the thought of losing weight with CoolSculpting is incorrect. कि वो weight loss part नहीं करता. Now the technology is like कि it's going to work on the subcute fat. The moment it holds your skin, it has a freezing technology. तो वो आपके स्किन को होल्ड करेगा और जितना भी सबक्यूट फैट है, इफ यू एक्चुअली रियल में इफ यू कट ऑफ योर स्किन, इट्स ऑलमोस्ट लाइक दिस थिक फैट एंड फीमेल्स स्पेशली. सो मसल के पहले एक जो फैट पैड आता है वो उसको हिट करने वाला है. So the localized fat, like because of the sedentary lifestyle, abdominal fat है, hip area है, the area which you are relying on collects lot of cellulite and fat. So now this CoolSculpting is going to help you freezing that fat. Freezing, it's like a shock to your cells, and it breaks down internally only. It's not going to come out. So again, this comes up कि वो आपके metabolism आपके body में जाके फिर वो flush out होने वाला है. वो local area से हट गया, जो आपका stubborn area था, वो वहाँ से हट गया. But जाएगा कहाँ? It is inside the body. It's not a surgery that we've taken out the fat. But again, the similar type of lifestyle continues. Like if you're eating similar amount of carbs or fat, it's going to develop back again.
So
you have to continue with that. And I would say this technology is more for people who have who's not targeting weight loss. It's more of I would say localized fat. जैसे अभी abdomen flab है और arm flab है, like tone करना है, some areas to be targeted. So CoolSculpting उसके लिए बहुत अच्छा है that way. So I would say whatever you do, it has to be maintained also. It needs sessions. It needs multiple sessions. It works as inch loss for sure, but not for a weight loss purpose. Inch loss के लिए it works very nicely. उसको अलग अलग नेम में बोला जाता है nowadays, like shock therapies, you're called CoolSculpting is it's like a brand. Cryotherapy is what is the technology is cryo, and people have named it CoolSculpting, and different names are there. But it does have good impact. Only thing, not for weight loss.
I think I've seen people do it for their arms, right?
Yeah,
toning the
arms, hips you talk about abdomen area, or inner thighs, the cellulite which is like collected over there. But it takes time. I mean, it takes at least few sessions to cut off the fat.
So I think cellulite formation is the main reason. Is it like just the age, or is it the fat formation? What exactly is it?
It's age does have a factor. After certain age, when you cross like 35, 40, your metabolism comes down. So in that case, you say the fat starts collecting. अब some people have a genetics कि hip पे ही collect हो रहा है, किसी का abdomen पे ही हो रहा है, किसी का breast area पे हो रहा है और arms पे हो रहा है. So there are different tendencies, I would say. You talk about genetic tendency. और एक होता है body type, which is like general body type, pear shaped है तो वो hip पे ही collect होने वाला है. So genetic पे बहुत depend होता है, lifestyle पे बहुत depend होता है, and of course your general metabolism, your movements of the body, if you're working out, gymming, doing things, that's a good thing. So that way, body type के ऊपर है. People gym out too much, but still there are certain areas which are still stubborn. जैसे कुछ area thighs नहीं जा रहा है, arms में I work out, but still the arms are not going. So very rare cases ऐसे होते हैं कि वो नहीं जाता. But workout does dissolve a lot of fat. Cellulite is deepest. It's like a locked fat. मतलब एक होता है loose fat which you see upper skin पे, और एक होता है उसके नीचे. So वैसे locked tissue होता है वो, उसको break करना is very difficult. So there are in fact chemical lipolytic treatments, जैसे अभी cryo है, there's an anti-cellulite injectable. So we go deeper and those help you breaking the fat cells, और plus वो आपके जो chemically वो drain कर देगा वहाँ से, move out कर देगा. But again, it's inside the body. So whatever is there is inside the body. Later you will have to be careful that चला गया और वापस तो आ ही सकता है.
मतलब
तो
ऐसा
the question of कि वापस guarantee नहीं आएगा, वो वाला part, तो वो possible नहीं है. It can come back. You'll have to work hard so that you don't consume more fats, or fats से चलो carbs.
Carbs से ज़्यादा होता है.
Carbs से ज़्यादा होता है.
Matlab, you have to be very, very careful, I think. Based on this, would you like to kind of recommend 3 food items which you should absolutely avoid, considering you being a skin specialist and you might have got a lot of cases around that?
For me, a poison is sugar. So sugar, you talk about refined flour, maida, or gluten sometimes. Gluten is still okay because Indian food में gluten आता ही है, and dairy. So ये 3 चीज, the first 3 things I stop from my patient is these 3. All these whites you talk about. One, it's not digestible to the stomach क्योंकि वो कुछ भी करो वो fat में या तो sugar में ही convert होगा. And I feel high glycemic index और sugar levels जिसका ज़्यादा है, सबसे fast aging उनकी ही होती है. तो sugar is, I feel, the factor of aging, जो वैसे normally ही जाती है. मैं से अभी मैं in general patient को बोलूँ कि sugar intake कम करो. I don't take sugar. I don't eat sweets. This is what people say. It's like they don't count on the day कि कितना actual carbs जा रहा है. It's not sugar, it's carbs. And carbs भी अच्छे form के carbs होने चाहिए. ये नहीं कि हम खाना है. I mean, carbs gives you energy, your brain starts working, boosting with that, but in a good form. I mean, समझ में आना चाहिए कि सही खा रहा है कि नहीं खा रहा है. And I feel Indian food is the best food. I mean, you don't have to go to that Western salads and broccoli. ये वो ज़रूरी नहीं है. You call it a sattvic khana or Indian food people do have. That's the best food.
या फिर trust me, they've been consuming a lot of food items and they've tried steroids, they've tried multiple treatments, they've tried everything possible to calm this issue down, and it's not worked for them. And when they do these, these tests which are available for checking your allergies, the root cause for that is milk.
Milk India में हटाना is very difficult, I feel, because while people are going vegan, वैसे वाला हो रहा है. But dairy, I feel, is cow milk, I would say. Mother's milk is one of the best which you take till whatever age you are in. But it's very difficult to cut off milk. Abhi if I tell any teenager acne के लिए to a mother who's brought a teenager along, like इसका दूध बंद करो, दूध नहीं पिएगी तो कैसे चलेगा, like दूध. तो ऐसे हो जाता है कि दूध सोर्स नहीं है. इट्स नॉट द ओनली सोर्स ऑफ प्रोटीन और कैल्शियम. ये सबसे खराब मिथ है कि कैल्शियम सिर्फ दूध से मिलता है. लाइक देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स दैट माइट हैव कैल्शियम. वो आप कितनी चीजें, और इंडियन फूड में ही है. Why milk?
मतलब like आप sprouts या फिर millets ले लो. There are so many options like pasta and so many other things have just come, as long as you want to keep your skin looking just amazing and good, right?
Dairies have I have personally realized कि dairy बंद होने से बहुत difference आता है. Your gut becomes so much better. Your digestion becomes better. I have stopped milk after my first child, and because of the in general. But I could not tolerate milk now because probably it was not meant for me. I was just drinking कि हाँ पीना है पी लिया, but नहीं होता digest. People don't understand कि वो digestible नहीं है. Never.
So now I would like to delve into let's say you go across multiple clients being a skin specialist, and there might be stories or there might be cases where the client must have done a right thing, or let's say you've come across the weirdest thing a client has done and you had to say the right thing for them. I'm asking you this question, it's because I feel that our viewers will be able to kind of get a reality check of what has to be done and what has to be avoided. And this podcast and this chat with both of us is going to kind of give those alternatives and those options for them to kind of introspect and not do those mistakes. So your experiences are going to be really important for us to bring these stories forward.
I mean, daily I do get very different stories. I mean, you want to talk about like aging, like people have come to this part कि anti-aging creams के ऊपर जो है, like now तो the major thing is the social media which is working. And whoever I ask as a question कि are you using a skin routine, सब कुछ trending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ऐसे आता है. I'm using everything. You talk about snail mucin, you talk about everything which is trending online. तो अभी तो ऐसे हो गया कि I think they know before me only what is to be done. So somewhere I feel the lack of knowledge which is come to. There are of course doctors educating online, but वहाँ पे सुनना और कंसल्टेशन में करना उस चीज को has a huge difference. Even I have guided people कि क्या यूज करना है, but somewhere I feel I cannot guide everybody with the same knowledge. I mean I can just guide you कि ये problem है तो ये कर सकते हो, but somewhere people have just forgotten कि एक customization होता है किसी चीज का जो कर सकते हैं वो लोग. And they're already doing things like for you talk about there are actually people doing peels in the house which they come up with burnt skin. They are using tretinoins, which is one of the major like medicated product.
But I think it has to be used very carefully, na?
Very
like
carefully. And people are using it and they don't inform us. When they come to our clinic, we are not being informed that ये use. मतलब पूरी history लेनी पड़ती है मुझे. But ये सबसे ज़्यादा है कि people are already using products, and when we start products with them, they start responding and reacting badly to it, and the blame comes to us कि ये आपके products से हुआ. And what I find my daily conversation is like the steroid usage.
That's what,
Steroid usage जो है like the lightening, the fairness cream, disastrous. I mean glutathione तो ऐसे ही चल रहा है. I mean people would just come home and start taking glutathione at home only. वैसे हो गया.
पर उसके side effects मैंने पढ़े, like there are like
Dosage,
You can't.
it matters on
You
dosage.
have to consult. for
Yes,
that.
yes, you really can. And what you get as a glutathione in the market, because it's an OTC brand, जैसे कोई भी brand आप pick up कर लो, वो OTC है, उसमें उतना glutathione they will not add.
they will
I mean,
not,
of course,
for
they have to be
safety.
safe. They are companies, they have to run. They will not put that much of compositions in any brand, which is going to give you that fairness wala result. And the beauty salon, I feel there are a lot of ladies, I mean, you say low socioeconomic status especially, using creams which are unlabeled. And not, I would say, not low socioeconomic wala classy. There are a lot of people who are using unlabeled creams and they don't know what is inside. I have people कि नहीं मुझे जानना है एक एक प्रोडक्ट क्या है उसमें. If I prescribe then वो एक एक रीड करके लेंगे. एक वो कैटेगरी होती है, एक वो होती है जो ब्लैंक यूज कर रही है. This I feel is the worst thing. And when we stop these creams, you have an adverse reaction. Your skin becomes black. जो एक नॉर्मल स्किन है ना वो लाइट तो हो जाएगी. द रिवर्स एक्शन इज सो बैड. एंड नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस, वी स्टार्ट ट्रीटिंग थिंकिंग कि विल नाउ रिपेयर योर स्किन, पर वो उल्टा ही जाता है. So it takes a lot of time. You've already damaged your skin since last 10 years. I have people using 8, 10 years से their skin, such bad reactions they have. They look glowy, they look they look pink and fair and everything. But ये जो fairness obsession है ना of doing things, people have made disasters with it. With these unknown fairness creams ना, people have made disasters.
Exactly. ऐसा कोई situation या memory है क्या where the client had come to you and they had a very serious skin problem and they've not been able to find any solution, right? Or they came to you and you just transformed their life, or it's become this thing where it just changed the way we look at things. I personally think that confidence comes from beauty inside out, and these memories, these incidences where you've changed the life of clients is going to really matter. If you could share those moments, I think it will be worth it in our conversation today.
Lots of, I mean, I would say lots of people.
I'm sure it's the best feeling for you when you complete any of the treatments. I'd like to love to know more about those.
There are lots of patients of mine. I mean, not necessary. They have done treatments with me. They have, I mean, patiently they have worked with me. It does take time, but I have always seen good results and good transformation people who give time. I cannot transform you within 15 days. Or if you have a wedding coming up, people say ना मेरा wedding है, मुझे मतलब बता दो कि कब है wedding, ऐसे वाला. But I just feel if people give me time, तो definitely there would be a lot of changes. And I have a lot of patients coming. अभी it's almost been 10 years. तो जो repeat आता है ना,
lot of time.
Lot of time. And it was really fun कि अभी तो चलो बहुत फिर भी इंडस्ट्री चेंज हो गई है. Initially 5 years back ऐसे होता था, people used to come with really bad skin because तभी इतना knowledge नहीं था. Instagram पे इतना open up नहीं था skin products का. So acne आ रहे हैं तो like cystic, bad, pustular, red, एकदम बहुत ही खराब acne आते थे. और फिर मेडिकेशन से भी उसको ऑफ कोर्स टाइम लगता था, बट ऑफ कोर्स दैट ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन यूज्ड टू बी लाइक लवली क्योंकि कुछ नहीं किया है. अभी ऑलरेडी पीपल come up with doing things, so probably they're not appreciating that part of aesthetics कि they're not happy with things कि अरे कुछ चेंज हुआ. उनका एक्सपेक्टेशन है कि मुझे ग्लास स्किन चाहिए या कोरियन स्किन चाहिए, तो वो थोड़ा अभी चेंज हो गया है. बट आई हैव अ लॉट ऑफ माय पेशेंट्स hairy face for females, hirsutism conditions, hair, bad facial hair growth. It does change a lot of, I mean, say the face is a confidence for everybody, and it does make a lot of change.
That's beautiful because you make them fall in love with
That's themselves. What you have to, I see, always you have to be in love with you. Then only you will do things for your own self. But it does matter. It does matter.
There's this very interesting, like at my age, we've seen so much, like you told me about people have been taking care of their skin or taking care of their aesthetics more than ever. You spoke about this hair, like hair, facial hair removal and all of that. But I would like to know from your experience that how to make these treatments look very natural and not overdone, because there's a fine line between
There is.
overdone and feeling natural, and there have been multiple examples of that. So would you like to talk about that, because that has been the biggest myth. People just go end up doing something and they
Extra
regret.
on the skin. Right. Yeah, ideally, any treatment you talk about non-invasive ones don't make a huge difference. कि बहुत change हुआ. Transformations are more in if you try working on the structure of the face. You talk about एक chin का augmentation करना है या nose का tip change करना है या face का structure. So there are people who are very scared for doing treatments कि मेरा facial structure change नहीं होना चाहिए, I should look the same, and they don't opt for these things because उनको ऐसा लगता है change हो जाएगा. Especially injectable treatments होते हैं, जैसे you talk about Botox or fillers, they're very scared of it. The moment I would say anti-aging base में ये products आते, no, I don't want to get injected. It'll make me look fake. Botox में मैं expression नहीं. So all these things are, if there is a very thin line. You've seen a lot of people with like a frozen face, a structure change to their face, and एक होता है कि एकदम natural दिख रहा है. So it is all upon your approach कि what the person wants. I have people who really want the change. I have seen I have girls who giving me pictures of all these actresses कि मुझे ऐसा चाहिए, मुझे ऐसा chin चाहिए, ऐसे cheeks चाहिए, या मेरे eyebrows का shape ऐसा चाहिए. So there it comes that I would want कि वो, but it matters कि आपका face naturally कैसा है. If you have a cute face, I can't make it bold. I mean, you have to keep the nature of it completely changes. So if you talk about Bollywood needs, उनके लिए है, because they are into the camera, उनका एक feature दिखता है. But in the routine, I would say these treatments are not going to change the structure of the face. If it's done correctly. अगर मुझे पता है कि एक frown line आ रही है, I'm not going to freeze your face कि you can't express only. There are certain dosages which we can control of. We know कि इतना ही देना है. And there are treatments which can help you without changing the structure. We can rejuvenate with lot of treatments. Filler की बात रही तो filler, dermal fillers नहीं, I should not say, but वैसा face नहीं चाहिए एकदम like high cheekbone, वैसे नहीं चाहिए मुझे मेरा face वैसे ही, nobody should notice that I've done something. तो उस condition में ना I feel somewhere कि expertise बहुत चाहिए, and right जगह पे right quantity is what you need. So what we explain them is that only. If you really want change, I can do the change, but I can really improvise your skin, not changing the structure also. If it's done in a right way, पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि आपने कुछ किया भी है. That way, and you want that only to be in this society कि नहीं इसने, and people notice कि क्या. But it should be such beautifully noticeable कि अच्छा दिख रहा है. ऐसे नहीं कि कुछ change हुआ structure. So there are options where we can work without changing the structure, but approach correct चाहिए.
And like they need people like you जहाँ पे they know that जहाँ पे ना बोलना है, जहाँ पे हाँ बोलना है, you know, like otherwise there are these people also, they come नहीं मुझे करवा के दो because my lips are too thin. But there has to be somebody who says no.
That's what I mean. You have to make them realize that this is not going to look good on your face. I mean that plump lips, it looks good on that particular face maybe, but जरूरी नहीं कि आपके face के structure पे वो अच्छा ही लगे. But अभी see, I have to never done this. I really say no कि जब मुझे पता है ये नहीं अच्छे लगने वाला है, I can do it the way I want to if they are happy with it. But then some people are not. Some people are that way. तो जो मांगता है अभी, sometimes you have to give it. But I always feel you have to be truthful about that part कि ये चीज़ नहीं अच्छी लगेगी.
Correct.
पता नहीं बहुत सारे होंगे जो जिसने बोला होगा कि ये नहीं करके दे रही है, कहीं और से करा लूं मैं, तो हो सकता है वो भी किया होगा. बट I always feel कि truthfully बात करो. I mean एंटी एजिंग है, फाइन लाइंस है तो लाइन है तो फिल कर दो, या ये लाइन है तो फिर वो नहीं है. देयर आर इन फैक्ट ऑप्शंस व्हिच कैन वर्क इट आउट विदाउट लुकिंग कि वो नेचुरली ही दिखेगा, आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा. बट देयर आर, you'll have to explain them कि ये options है, you go for this first, then later probably we can go.
If you're not satisfied, then just
then
move
we can
ahead.
go ahead with that. It's just like उनको again counseling is what
very
is
important.
needed.
अभी ऐसे भी मैंने केसेस देखे थे, like I was just going through a lot of cases कि like you said that ब्यूटी पार्लर में कुछ बोटॉक्स का चालू कर दिया, या फिर जाके कुछ भी मतलब like without even reading the product, या फिर you know that invasive जाके करवा दिया, and उसके बहुत toxicity, या फिर they've just lost like the lips or whatever they've disastrous cases have come up. So would you like to say something about that just don't jump on to you know like trying anything?
I would just say it's like probably an maybe I should not say, but untrained hand or lack of knowledge which people think कि वो हम कर सकते हैं in a salon or anywhere. It's really very very dangerous.
So clinically, like what are the 3 things you need to look at when you're approaching a specialist? Let's say it's with you that we know that you have a number of experience, you have educated like from a esteemed institute, or these are the 3 things, because people just go and then there can be false promises or can be things, but how to differentiate between a good specialist and...
I would say the first is if you've been referred. I mean the referral is the best, because if you've seen the person's work and then going to the doctor is always a better. Abhi of course बहुत time first time होता है, but that is one. Of course उनके cases, like suppose I would also want to show my cases to them.
Correct.
So the results which we try showing up कि this is what we've given up, and according to the before afters वो है. Coming to I would say the year of experience, yes, it does matter, क्योंकि बहुत सालों से हो रहा होता है, तो the experience of the doctor also matters. Degrees, yes, there are a lot of people being trained for these, but I would say there are a lot of people, I wouldn't say degree, but a lot of people are doing it very beautifully without any degrees also. So I will not blame them, but of course medical degree is necessary. But I would say the hands and the approach of the person is what you need to understand. On the day one you will not understand everything until unless you try and you do things. तब तक समझ में तो कुछ नहीं आने वाला. So in that case I would say yes, आप उनके cases देखो, समझो, आप उनका approach देखो, how truthful the person is, and then go ahead with those therapies that way.
That's amazing. Moving on to the other aspect of, you know, let's say there is this facial yoga, or there are a lot of other sculpting options which are there. So how useful are they? Like, do you recommend doing all these things apart from the clinical treatments?
The facial yoga does work. I will not say कि नहीं काम करता है, and there are a lot of people doing it. It's form of like you are toning your face, like how you're toning your body,
and the ice thing also, like when you dip your face in
ice dip.
Ice dip और ये दोनों.
That's like a trending. वो no doubt it's a very good trend. Ice dip का I feel it's a good trend. अच्छा काम भी करता है, and it does heal a lot of things on it, but it's a temporary thing. Solution. I mean it's just going to work by then. If you have acne, inflammation, ऐसे conditions है, yes, it does work very beautifully. अभी in clinic also we do treatments where we are doing ice, fire and ice facials. There are products in fact which can cool down your skin and give you that glow. But ice dip is a temporary glow. It's just going to
just like before an event wala thing.
Yes, that is going. But long term के लिए of course it's not on the daily basis. If you're doing, it's a very good solution that way. Facial yoga I feel is a good option if you have time, क्योंकि जैसे आप वर्कआउट करते हो बॉडी को टोन करने के लिए, इट्स लाइक अ फे. बट इफ यू रियली रियली इनटू इट कि हाँ मेरे पास टाइम है, मेरे को आधा 15-20 मिनट नहीं, वो उसको टाइम लगता है. It's like how you give gym में 1.5 hour तब जाके body का एक shape बनता है after so many months. The similar way face का भी है. It does take time for your necklines, for your facial structure. It has a good impact. Workout I would always say has a very good impact. I count facial yoga in workout only. You talk about weight trainings. वो एक form का facial rejuvenation ही बोलो. And you've seen women doing weight trainings, the skin elasticity is very good. So if you're doing workouts, it does help.
I think it really gives you that, you know, that elasticity.
It's like
that
a boost
sculpts
to your
body,
skin. When you're boosting
your
when you're working out, it is developing collagen. It is giving you a good muscle strength, reducing the excess fat. So the excess fat on the face also has to be worked on. अभी overall body fat तो होता ही है. But facial fat makes you sag early. I mean, if you have fat face or you have a facial fat, तो I feel drooping भी जल्दी होगा because gravity के through आपका skin droop भी जल्दी, तो your lines become more prominent fast. वही जगह facial fat कम है, skin की elasticity भी अच्छी रहती है.
It snatches your skin.
Yes, and that's what you need. It has a bony structure also. Everyone needs that sharp feature वाला thing. It comes up. People say कि अभी double chin है मुझे, or you say my cheeks are very.
They remove also ना double chin.
हाँ, they work on it. But again, it comes like अगर आपका fat percentage ज़्यादा है, यहाँ का निकाल के क्या point है? It's like that. So I always feel कि आप पहले fat percentage पे काम करो. Automatically the moment you come down at this percent of fat,
then
it is gone. हाँ, अब फिर अगर genetic tendency है कि आपकी मम्मी का स्ट्रक्चर ऐसा है या राउंड ही है या योर jaws are like big, तो फिर we can still work on it. But you again, my question is always tell me what your genetic structure is.
Because that really
that matters a lot in this case. मैं face का structure नहीं बदल सकती. Some things I can't change. But if it's there, it's there. Your bone, I can't reduce the bone. Then you have to probably go to a plastic surgeon, reduce the bone and then come to it. Even for nose or anything, reduce नहीं कर सकते हैं. वो पूरा genetics होता है. You come with your genetics outside.
So tell me, like at Daily Aesthetics, what are the top options and solutions, treatments you give, which one must opt for in case they're facing some problem?
I feel my favorite treatments I would say is microneedling, which I feel अभी भी लोग नहीं जाते because microneedles जब आते हैं तो people are a little scared. But I do have a very good microneedling technology. We call it as Dermapen 4, which is one of my favorite therapy. So lesser invasive, I would say, and the best working. And it works for everything. You talk
so what
about
are the key target areas like it focuses on?
Any area. You talk about any part of the body which we can target, because microneedles do have a quality that we can infuse.
Okay.
We can infuse products जैसे प्लाज्मा है, आप ही का प्लाज्मा है या आप hyaluronic acid बोलो. So अगर if you want to enter into your skin without much of pain or without much of downtime, this is one of the best therapy for all age group, I would say. I'm not saying ki 40,
for example,
50K.
Let's say if you want to infuse hyaluron in your body, so how does that,
so one is this the way of microneedling. There's nothing else which can enter.
But needling, like it's
a stamping needle.
And उसमें मतलब बाद में hyaluronic
उसके ऊपर hyaluronic जाता है. So basically when you stamp up the needles, एक oscillation के साथ एक channel create होता है. The moment the channels create, so we have products which are lesser pore size, मतलब pore size से भी छोटे, which can penetrate inside.
Okay.
And what happens is when they enter into your skin, it makes channel. Immediate the body is so beautiful. The moment you have injury, for example, you get a cut or an injury, immediate उसका एक repair mechanism start होता है. Your body is so fast at it. तो वो एक collagen cells सारे create करेगा वहाँ पे. और एक you say ना enemy आया वाला types की the body wants to heal fast. तो वो एक process शुरू हो जाता है. तो what we are doing with microneedling is that हम उसको trigger कर रहे हैं.
Wow.
The area which is not responding. Suppose you have a scar. It's a non-response, मतलब dead हो गया है. That area is not responding, इसलिए scar बन गया है. और a pigment, or a aged skin. तो वो response कम कर देता है. It's not healing by its own. What we are doing is we are trying to trigger the healing
that, yeah.
and enter into your skin. So ab wo, this is one of my favorite therapy, and I think the less invasive one.
Yeah.
I explain them, of course, कि ये painful नहीं, थोड़ा painful होता है, but I think it's okay.
Well, that's
I'm in a
okay if
little
you're going to
pain.
get that skin.
Yeah, of course not.
It's okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
Baki, I would say, is a dermal peeling. Again, in a very good limited manner. I don't prefer too much exfoliation with chemicals because I feel अभी का skincare जो बाहर भी exposure है, pollution है, वो भी ज़्यादा है. But again, continuous peeling is also not needed. But yes, we form a lot of dead skin, and I feel scrubbing और उससे करने से better है कि आप एक clinic में जाके अपने आप हाँ और but वो correct होना चाहिए, आपकी skin type के लिए होना चाहिए. And you can do it on the routine basis. Not necessarily you have to have a pigmented skin or acne तो ही जाके आपने peel किया. So that.
But peeling में it's like एक हफ्ता, like is it that process जहाँ पे
there is a process which peel off होता है, पर वो भी depth अलग होता है. There are certain peels which peels up very badly. I mean करता है.
वो CO2 वाला क्या है, मतलब वो लेजर वाला जो दिखाते हैं,
एक कार्बन लेजर है. I feel it's like a trend. That
I've seen like
the white thing,
patches, and then after like you see the way the snake sheds the skin.
Yes. वो देखने में बहुत अच्छा है. Of course अच्छा है. It is quite carbon facial बोलते हैं हम उसको. Carbon laser. हाँ, carbon laser. एक होता है carbon laser जो आपके oils को reduce करेगा with the help of a laser. We remove all your oil and impurities. Again, this comes as a routine care. मतलब it is not कि वो आपका treat करके दे रहा है problem. If your skin is good and you've got your skin treated first with medication, with all this, then it's like a routine. You talk about hydrofacial, which is one of the major trend, I would say. तो अगेन हाइड्रोफेशियल पीपल एक्सपेक्ट अ लॉट. ऐसा लगता है कि अभी ग्लो ही हो जाएगी निकल के. तो I feel हाइड्रोफेशियल कार्बन मेडिफेशियल्स, वी काउंट देम एज मेडिफेशियल्स. ऑल दीज आर डन आफ्टर यू आर गॉट योर स्किन ट्रीटेड. जब खत्म हो गया, जब आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि अब मेरी स्किन अच्छी है, अब मुझे अच्छा रखना है, तो आई प्रेफर, आई हैव लॉट ऑफ इंक्वायरीज ओनली फॉर हाइड्रोफेशियल्स और कार्बन कि मुझे कराना है. तो मैंने बोला ठीक है करा लो, बट जो प्रॉब्लम है उसका क्या? आई मीन इफ देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम आई नेवर से नो फॉर इट. But if there are problems, if you have acne, you can't do certain, there are restrictions. So all these facial therapies, I would prefer कि after you get your skin treated, but पहला priority है treating your skin that way. उसमें facials नहीं आते. Facials are just for skin care.
That's nice.
That way.
Is there any more like anything which people love about taking treatments at you, like the best seller of all at Daily Aesthetics?
I mean, अभी currently तो I mean, like I have my old patients coming up to me for hydration therapies and hydration boosters. I love them because somewhere I feel it keeps your skin going on. So nothing is external. So basically, hydration boosters are more of injecting hyaluronic into your skin. So again, I prefer doing this more. Somewhere I feel ki it's of healing things. So this helps. This
उसमें
does help.
मैंने देखा that there was this X-ray or something, like I don't know, some scan had popped up on internet जहाँ पे जिसने, I'm not sure if it was hyaluron filler or what exactly, but it was about an actress जिसका वो spread out हो गया था from inside. I don't know what is it called, excessive something, and then it looks very bulky on the sides.
Okay.
I don't know what
Probably
it is.
not done properly then.
Yeah, because
hyaluronic acid ना.
पता नहीं, I don't know. Like they had shown this scan जहाँ पे all the filler had just moved past after she had just got into some age. I don't know.
So there were olden times में ना fat inject होता था.
हाँ.
Same जगह पे.
I think possibly
वो mobilize हो सकता है.
हाँ.
अभी people used to remove fat from the other part of the body and inject. तो पहले ये होता था. और अभी hyaluronic acid आया है. Now again depends what brand and what are you using as a hair. It should ideally not move. मतलब वो movable नहीं होता है. Any injectable
that's a good point.
is not movable. Even if you put a drop of that gel on your, it'll stay.
Nice.
And if it's injected in a right plane, मतलब अगर वो right plane पे injected है, तो नहीं होती है. But if probably the product is not good, if that can be one, and if it's not injected correctly, ये दो factor में हो सकता है.
You spoke about Korean skin, this thing. So, based on the Indian skin types, what is your take on Korean skin routine?
Indian skin cannot achieve Korean skin. That's what the fact is.
Because there's a big fan of Korean skincare and you know, like glass skin and everything. So let's just break that myth or bust that myth. What is your take as a specialist?
कोरिया में the fact, पहले तो कोरिया के बारे में जानना जरूरी है before we talk about it. तो कोरिया में सबसे पहले priority is skin. Their looks. I mean, out of everything, उनके disaster हो रहा हो, but skin care is the first priority for them. So क्या होता है, whenever जो भी trend, जो भी product आता है, you talk about कुछ research हो रहा है, तो skin care के ऊपर सबसे पहला research उनका ही है. I would say out of any other country, because they are into it. The market is into it. People are, the need is, demand is that much. तो सबसे पहले कोरिया में ही आता है. एंड दूसरी चीज़ ये है कि उनकी जेनेटिक्स बहुत डिफरेंट है, फूड बहुत डिफरेंट है.
It's like all broths, it's all, you know, like that healthy, कुछ oil नहीं,
high protein होता है carbs, but the food is way different. I mean, if you're eating boiled, low salt, low sodium, low sugar product, अच्छी ही होगी आपकी स्किन. तो one is their genetics, the food. And yes, उनका जो concept of Korean products is hydration. So anything you pick up from Korean brand, any random brand, is only hydration. So ये trend ना अभी इंडिया में आया है. I mean, I would say last 1-2 साल में तो ज़्यादा आया है. The concept of hydration
and skin barrier.
So ये trend अभी आया. Ideally ये सबसे पहले आना चाहिए before you damage your skin. वो डैमेज हो चुका होता है और उसके बाद ये आता है कि अब मैं उसको हाइड्रेशन से रिपेयर करूँगी. लाइक इट्स गॉन. फर्स्ट यू रिपेयर, देन स्टार्ट हाइड्रेटिंग. सो आई फील कोरियन का मेन कॉन्सेप्ट इज हाइड्रेशन. वॉट एवर यू पिक अप, इट्स मोर ऑफ दे डोंट वर्क ऑन, दे डोंट हैव पिगमेंटेड स्किन, दे हैव नॉर्मल स्किन. उनका स्किन कलर नॉर्मल है, उनको मेलिस्मा नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है. उनका स्किन का ट्रेंड उनके ऊपर सूटेबल है. बट फॉर इंडियन स्किन टाइप, एज पर द वेदर, एज पर द जेनेटिक्स, और हमारा रिस्पॉन्स सबसे पहले स्किन डार्कनिंग से होता है. द फर्स्ट साइन ऑफ एजिंग इज स्किन डार्कनिंग. सो दैट वे, सो पीपल से ना कि 30-35 तक तो बड़ी अच्छी थी स्किन, पता नहीं अभी डार्क हो गई है, मैं धूप में तो जाती नहीं हूँ, ऐसे हो जाता है. लाइक धूप में जाने से ही डार्क होना जरूरी नहीं है. दिस इज द फर्स्ट साइन ऑफ एजिंग. व्हाई इज योर स्किन गॉट पिगमेंटेड? द इंडियन स्किन में फर्स्ट साइन ऑफ एजिंग इज पिगमेंटेशन.
That I don't know.
It is. So we don't realize that patchy होने लग जाएगी, कुछ changes दिखेंगे.
Yeah, I've seen those patches which come.
Patchiness. So that is because of aging. The sun damages which keep happening so long, like 15 20 years से. अभी I would say the teenagers have started taking care कि teenagers, as a mom me, I would say कि I make sure कि I put sunscreen for her before she goes to the pool. अब हमारी मम्मी ने तो कोई care नहीं किया उतना. अभी we are putting sunscreens and all. But older, like I would say the 40-50 year वाला जो generation है, they've never used sunscreens and all ना, तो वो damages हो चुके हैं.
उस time पे ये भी अलग था ना, climatic conditions were
बहुत
different.
अलग था. The food was so different. The stress levels were very different.
It was more healthier. The environment was a little better. But अभी तो बहुत सारे
the lifestyle has become
accelerators, aggressors, ये सब बहुत सारी चीजें हो रही हैं.
So many things that triggers.
Yes, I want to go into a spicy topic, which is like Botox and fillers. And what is the difference between that? Like just breaking it down as if we are explaining a child about it. And उसके बाद some amazing examples about any celebrities which you think have done a good job with that, or if and who should consider doing fillers and Botox. Like who is that person who should, मतलब ऐसे तो randomly नहीं लगेगा ना कि मुझे जाके अभी Botox
कराना है. Of course not.
So like in a very easy language, Botox and fillers.
See now, when you talk about Botox, it's derived from a bacteria. So एक research bacteria, it's from a bacteria toxin. It's a toxin. सो वो क्या करता है, इनिशियली ये जो टॉक्सिन था, दिस वाज यूज्ड टू फॉर फिजियोथेरेपी, जो मसल जिनके टाइटन अप हो जाते हैं, सेरेब्रल पॉल्सी केसेस, लॉट ऑफ नर्व फिजियोथेरेपी केसेस में ये प्रोडक्ट यूज होता था वो मसल को रिलैक्स करने के लिए। वो हायर डोज में यूज होता था ताकि टाइटन्ड मसल्स को रिलैक्स करा जाए। अब क्या हुआ, ग्रेजुअली इट केम इनटू एस्थेटिक्स ऑन अ मिनिमल डोज। मिनिमल मींस एकदम मिनिमल। सो सपोज नाउ you are expressing, you frown, so this muscle is being used, you raise your eyebrows, these are used. So face पे बहुत छोटे 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 muscles होते हैं जो आपके face को expression देते हैं, you're talking, these muscles, तो हर muscle use होता रहता है, constant. अभी इतने साल अगर हम इतने muscles को use करेंगे with expression, naturally वो थोड़े bulky हो जाते हैं। It's like I'm doing biceps, वो बाइसेप इसलिए मैं हर रोज मारूं ताकि वो बाइसेप दिख कर है। इट्स लाइक दैट। सो इतने साल, मतलब 40 years तक यू हैव एक्सप्रेस्ड विद द सेम। सम पीपल हैव मोर ऑफ फ्राउन लाइन बिकॉज वो ये एक्सप्रेशन ज्यादा देते हैं। सम पीपल रेज द आईब्रोज में, तो ये फोरहेड लाइन ज्यादा। तो ग्रेजुअली क्या होती है, जब जब आप एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हो वो यूज हो रहा है, इट्स बीन यूज ना, उसके ऊपर एक लेयर है विच इज द स्किन। अब व्हेन योर मसल्स आर बीइंग यूज्ड, आपकी स्किन भी तो मूव हो रही है, एक इलास्टिसिटी में जा रही है। ग्रेजुअली वो इलास्टिसिटी हो गई ढीली, मतलब रिलैक्स हो गई। अब वो मूव होके वापस अपनी जगह पे नहीं आएगी। बच्चों में नहीं दिखती बिकॉज द इलास्टिसिटी इज वेरी ब्यूटीफुल। आफ्टर सर्टेन एज वो लूज हो जाती है, कोलेजन प्रोडक्शन भी कम हो जाता है। तो जैसे ही वो कम हो गया, वो ढीली होके वहीं पे रहना स्टार्ट हो जाती है। सो आई एम एक्सप्रेसिंग दिस, एंड ये स्किन अभी इवेंचुअली आफ्टर 35-40 वो ज्यादा दिखने लग जाएगी, वो फोल्ड्स पे आ जाएगी। अब what we do in Botox is we relax the muscle. So the muscle which is doing this, मैंने उसको relax कर दिया। अभी there are a lot of actresses done, तो एकदम ओपन अप हो गया कि फ्राउन ही नहीं कर सकते। अभी तो बीच में बहुत ट्रोल भी हुआ है इस चीज के ऊपर। हाँ, they can't express only, they can't do this क्योंकि excessive dose दिया जाता है, देते, and they are okay with it. I mean they are okay if it's not shown, it's fine. बट नो, यू विल नॉट एक्सपेक्ट दैट ना कि मुझे एक्सप्रेशन ही नहीं आ रहा है। हाउ विल कोई बोलेगा तो एक्सप्रेशन क्यों नहीं, ऐसे हो जाता है। तो इफ इट्स डन इन अ राइट डोज तो वो एक्सप्रेशन भी देगा, बट एक कंट्रोल मैनर में। अब मैंने जैसे ही डोज दे दिया, वो एक्सप्रेशन कम हो गया, जैसे मैंने हटा ही दिया, तो इवेंचुअली वो मसल थोड़े हो जाते हैं रिलैक्स, एंड वो एक शाइन आना स्टार्ट हो जाता है कि वो लाइंस नहीं दिख रही है। एंड टेम्पररी नोट, बोटॉक्स डजंट वर्क फॉर longer time. I mean say 4 to 5 months.
So you have to keep
doing it. So ideally it should not work more than that, क्योंकि कितना stiff रह सकता है face, I mean. तो 4 to 6 months and then you repeat the dose in a lower way. तो Botox works this way. And जो फाइन लाइंस आपको दिख रही है, जैसे स्माइल लाइंस दिख रही है, वो थोड़ी ओपन अप हो जाएगी। अब इट्स ऑल अबाउट कि कपड़ों को कैसे रखा गया है, कि अगर आपने फोल्ड करके, तो फोल्ड तो आएगा ही जब आप उसको खोल के देखोगे। इट्स लाइक it's the way you have kept. अगर आपने उसको अच्छे से रखा है तो फिर then it'll be clean, and hang करके रखा है तो एक भी लाइन नहीं आएगी। It's that way. अब क्रम्बल करके रखोगे, खोलोगे तो क्रम्बल्ड ही रहेगा वो। It's way. So Botox does this work. And fillers, जो lost volume होता है, जैसे when you start aging, आपका fat sag होना start हो जाता है। So you start showing more of under eyes, your fat which is up on the skin, वो नीचे उतर गया, तो ये लाइन शुरू हो गई, फिर ये लाइन शुरू। So जो अपना face triangular होता है, we say as like a triangle, it becomes an inverted triangle. All the fat sags down, नीचे उतर जाता है, और जो spaces ऊपर होती है वो vacant होना start हो जाती है। So you start finding lines, this line, this line, this line, फिर आपके वो जाउल्स दिखने लगेंगे, नेक लाइंस दिखने लगेंगे। सो फिलर्स जो वॉल्यूम कम हो जाता है जो स्पेस पे, उसको रिप्लेस करता है। एंड सम पीपल वांट कि नहीं मुझे चाहिए, आई वांट लिटिल मोर वॉल्यूम ऑन माय चीक, सो वी कैन फिल इट इन अ बेटर वे। सो इट्स अ जेल बेस्ड प्रोडक्ट, hyaluronic जेल बेस्ड प्रोडक्ट है, which has different consistency. अगर मुझे अंडर आइज करना है, I can't use a thick filler.
Of course,
I have to use a finer gel, ताकि वो बस एक लेवल फिल हो जाए, सॉफ्ट रहे। If I want lips to be plumped but not hard, so I will use a different consistency. I want cheekbone to be prominent, then I'll use a thicker consistency. Chin इज ऑगमेंटेशन, तो मुझे वहाँ पे डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा, आई हैव टू डिफाइन द शेप ऑफ इट, तो थिकर कंसिस्टेंसी. सो इफ यू वांट दोज एज टू बी ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड वेल, तो वो प्रोडक्ट अकॉर्डिंगली होता है. इफ यू वांट कि सिर्फ हाइड्रेशन लेवल्स पे मुझे जाना है, आई जस्ट वांट कि द लॉस्ट वॉल्यूम थोड़ा सा बेटर दिखे, तो फिर हम हाइड्रेशन फिलर्स करते हैं. दे आर थिनर, they take up a lot of water from your skin. So even when we do fillers, हम product inject करने के बाद we ask the person to drink more of water also, so that it takes a lot of hydration on that. So nice. the molecules have a quality to take up a lot of water from the surroundings. So these are hydrating molecules. कुछ होते हैं जो नहीं लेते, जो मैंने define कर दिया, वो हिलेंगे नहीं, वो फूलेंगे नहीं, कुछ नहीं. हाँ. So depends अभी किसको क्या चाहिए. और आजकल there are hyaluronic acid which is immunomodulator बोला जाता है.
Okay.
Immunomodulator means you say जो रिपेयर में भी हेल्प करे, जो वहाँ पे कोलेजन भी बनाए, जो वाटर लेवल भर भी दे. मतलब it's like work for all.
But that's so nice, na? That
there are products
which are
nowadays.
Yeah.
For acne scars, if you want कि वहाँ पे repair और healing नहीं हो रही, we can inject. PRPs है which we can inject.
Correct.
And you have option for your own blood cells to be utilized, but your blood cells should have protein. वो भी है. So अगर लोग बोलते हैं plasma use करना है, PRP भी बहुत trend में है. I love doing PRPs for patients, but for that also you have to have a good quality of blood and good protein. So I feel it works well where you don't want to use any chemical. कि अगर आपको अपने ही body से, अपने ही blood cell से, like Ayurveda जैसे होता है, like treating yourself with your own self that way.
So that's amazing. My last segment is that about the future and what you as an individual or like maybe I would quote you as an entrepreneur who started this entire journey of making people feel better about themselves, not just internally but externally and holistically. So what are your future plans for daily aesthetics? What are the things which you are looking at?
I really want it to never work on protocol bias things. The only thing comes to that I can't be everywhere. There are a lot of other things for me to do. But then for me, I always want, see, I am purely into aesthetics. I don't treat people. ऐसे treatment वाला part तो है ही, of course. But I want people to understand in my clinic itself that we need to have a approach which is treating the patient completely. ये नहीं कि I always try to train my staff also in the same way, my doctors who are working with me right now, कि approach ऐसा रखो कि the person should feel कि वो customized level पे treat हो रहा है. So I always want this to be a continuation from my side, that my further doctors are also doing it in the same way, कि वो एक approach वही रखे. So for me this is really important. Whoever is coming to me, not every doctor would be the same, but yes, this approach of mine I would always want to continue. And aesthetics, see, nowadays aesthetics have become पता नहीं way different. अभी तो बहुत change हो गया है, but I would want to continue my same way. What was there. I don't want to change that part कि अभी need of the factor ऐसे हो गया है कि जो demand आ रहा है मैं उस हिसाब से चलूँ, वो नहीं है. जो need है, जो बंदा आया है जिसकी problem solve करनी है, वो problem solve करो. कि now you know what, people come with that whale sperm medicine and salmon sperm and what not people have researched and come up. Probably आएगा अभी और. But I would always want कि I'll make sure that I'm updated with everything. I would want to give what the patient wants, but I would never want to change my approach. I would always want कि मेरा वो approach to holistic therapy is the same. That I will never want कि ज़बरदस्ती वाला कुछ treatment है. जितना need है उतने पे ही बात करो, या उतने ही चीज़ें उनके लिए solve करके दो.
What I learned from you today is that you are very tech ahead in terms of आप आपको बहुत मतलब you have a lot of knowledge and you have adapted those facilities with daily aesthetics.
Trying to.
But along with, and I'm sure that it will keep growing. But उसके साथ ना you know that कौन सी टेक्नोलॉजी किसके साथ कितना यूज करना चाहिए because technology होके it's not like you can just get the best of the technology from the world. But if you know where to stop, that's what makes you who you are as a skin specialist. And that's what I really loved about this entire episode and what you do at Daily Aesthetics, because वहाँ पे पूरे लाइफ का सवाल है कि that person is going to look bad if the treatment goes wrong.
Doesn't happen good.
And it's in the hands of the specialist to make sure that they say a no or a yes at the right time and at the right moment, because we might just go in the flow of a trend.
That's true.
But that's what I really loved about what you're doing right now in Pune. And I'm so happy that we could meet and talk about such an important topic. And it's not the end of the episode. We have a fun session which we planned for you. So there are these celebrity photos which you're going to show to you, and you have to say what has gone wrong and what has gone right.
Okay, I can. I do watch movies.
Yeah. So this segment is about talking about celebrities and what went wrong and what went right for them. And let's make it spicy. So my first one is this.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I see. Do we have a photo which is before for her? I've never seen her before.
Before, I think it was like she didn't.
She has I've not seen her before. But what I feel for her, she has a very cute face, which she's tried making bold. She must be happy with this. But मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि of course the shape is what she's changed here. The chin which was round, which is made like a proper V-shaped chin. Now when you talk about this, this is a trend. V-shaped prominent chin wala trend hai. What
but
she's
this
done,
is fillers?
These are fillers. She's done a jaw filler, I would say, full jaw. Nose corrected hai. Cheek filled up and corrected, because if you've lost so much of weight, you can't have very high cheekbone. Or she's young enough, वैसे उतना शायद ना किया हो. Under eyes corrected है, Botox है, and lip fillered. Well. And good thick
lip fillers.
Plump dermal fillers done.
Amazing. Abhi.
Oh.
Okay, so first is this.
Priyanka Chopra, I feel the first is the nose thing, which she's corrected. Since I've seen her, her lips are quite plumpier. पहले से plumpier है. So I feel she's made up कि वो maintain रखा है उसने. The lips are filled up for sure. Now because she's aged, she's I think probably 45 above, right?
Above.
So इतना plump तो होना मुश्किल है with this body. So mid face filled up है, cheek filled up है, Botox 100% done, under eye filled up होगा. So if you see, there is no line on the face.
यहाँ पे it's like properly.
Like the arch which you see, the cheek का, it's been made up. Jaw, I think she had a broad jaw already.
She had.
Chin भी था जितना मुझे पता है. But face is well filled up. I mean, not done extra. What she needs as per her body. She has a broad body.
She has like a
broad shoulders and all. So utne uske liye I feel this face is perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah. It's perfect.
And it looks like it suits her.
It suits her. Yeah. She needs this broad face. This is extra. This is additionally extra. She might have. God, this is very different. Aishwarya Rai, now I've seen her. This is still
so
better.
This is pehle wala.
ये better है. Now I've seen her like at least two syringes आराम से on the face. And what happens is this age group, especially you talk about Aishwarya Rai. Who else is there? Sushmita Sen.
She's also done.
She's also done now. So what has happened is these people are losing volume from the face. Sridevi had done. So क्या होता है? The only solution is left behind, that you fill the volume. One is a therapy called as HIFU, which lifts up your face.
Yeah.
So that is one of a very very good. They keep doing it normally. और बाकी बचा filling. Dermal fillers show up truly
But
on
वो
the face.
ज़्यादा नहीं लगता, मतलब like what it
हो
looks
गया है,
too much
too
of
much,
volume. Like
too much of
I
volume.
think can be Jennifer Lopez volume also.
Yeah.
No, that's a
Absolutely.
hot volume to
That
have
is a
on
hot
your
one.
face.
Maybe see this face is a little Bengali face.
yeah.
Aishwarya Rai का थोड़ा broad Bengali face है. Sushmita Sen has a broad face.
Yeah.
She also has. Anushka Sharma also has a broad face.
Now her lips are better.
Better.
अभी
वो सर्जरी नहीं थी जो बीच में डिजास्टर हुआ था ना, it was a filler.
Yeah.
So it was extra done, and I have seen people doing filler on the lip and also on the surroundings, this area, to for the lost volume people do it. So that was like an extra duck lip वाला हो गया था, ज़्यादा हो गया था.
But you can remove that.
Fillers can be dissolved.
Okay, nice.
Fillers can be dissolved, but if it's a surgery done, तो वो reverse नहीं हो सकता. So it was very clear कि वो filler ही था.
So now
his
Rajkumar.
his jaw is filled.
Yeah.
He had a dimpled chin. Probably in Ragini MMS जब first देखा, he had like a small chin. So chin is filled for sure.
The queen of.
Entire thing is filled up.
The queen.
Nicely done dermal fillers. Like
everything, I think.
Everything is filled up. Yeah.
In fact, their series is like a full kind of a narration for what all things can be done to your body.
To your body. True. Every
body.
possible thing, I think. Breast augmentation bolo ya
sab.
Everything. You do butt augmentation.
Now she's just cut her weight down and her waist down. She's also kind of reduced her butt size also.
A little bit, yes. Thoda hua hai.
Because in the previous season there was a little more. And then I was obsessed with watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And then I got excited about watching this plastic surgery series on Netflix, and my mother is like, "What are you watching?"
What exactly has been done?
Oh, that's Urfi.
Is she?
Yeah, that's Urfi.
How innocent the face was. See?
It's quite cute, like even now.
She has a small
nice,
round face.
Yeah.
See what happens? अभी उसको bold करना है ना, तो features highlight करना पड़ेगा. She's doing bold things.
Yeah.
Bold. The way now she's projecting is like a bold thing. So she's made the thing little more prominence. Sharp बना दिया है. Nose sharp है actually. ये दो चीज sharp हो जाती है ना, the face का structure changes completely.
Yeah. No, but this is, I mean,
this is heavily filled up body and face.
Setting the, I don't know, wrong or the right examples for
body shaped up.
Yeah, body shaped up. But this was amazing to know so much.
But it's always
about.
Fun to do this because I go to watch movies na.
Yeah.
You see Kriti Sanon, I just love her face.
Kriti ka wo Treta, what did you say? Treta Thion, what is it?
Tretinoin.
Tretinoid. So she said that I use tretinoid और सब जाके tretinoid use करने चालू हो गए. उसने कहाँ पे interview में बोला?
She is coming up with products for her brand, so she'll speak about it.
But tretinoid
इसका मतलब ये नहीं everyone starts using. But what her face is, you see now, is a very good face.
Good
I mean,
face.
as per her body.
And Aditi Rao Hedari.
She's done it very nicely. मतलब एक grace है face के ऊपर.
They're very. They look naturally flushed. मतलब they look good. Those are really good examples.
You talk about Rashmika. What is her name?
Rashmika Mandana.
Even she has. So these people have understood कि क्या करना है. Right, correct hands होना चाहिए. And they're working even for the skin.
And people are appreciating Aditi Rao Hedari for what she's done with her skin.
Yes, not too much.
Not too much.
Very perfect for what she needed. Some faces really need to be changed.
Even with the eyebrows and all what you said, she's done it perfectly. And
very
that's what I think Daily Aesthetics also does. So if you're in Pune, you know where to go. I might also go and just like
I will do what is needed. I am going to do what is needed. That's it. उसके ऊपर do not expect. हो सकता है my doctors you might find कि हाँ कर भी ले एक बार के लिए, but मेरे पास वही मिलेगा जो needed है.
That's a beauty. So thank you for being a part of Unfiltered Conversation.
It is a great team. I mean, quite silent. I would not. मैंने अभी किसी से बात नहीं की. But see, this for me, I've never done interviews or anything. I'm not that वैसे nervous personality वाला. थोड़ा आ जाता है because I've never done. But you all made it very comfortable, so thank you. And it was great talking to you. Of course, the topics which we spoke is really needed to reach the crowd. And I feel people should know all these things.
Absolutely.
For me, sitting in the clinic is not possible. So this was a good way out कि I could reach, and I'm trying, in fact, from my social media aspect in different ways where I can reach the right things.
Audience.
I don't know if I'm able to touch up your concerns, but I hope we've kind of covered what is needed.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.